smacked, but we got, but we got, but we got, but we got smashed, bro.
What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? It's your boy, Levelhead, back with another live Leveled Gamers podcast. I have my crew -1 so far, but he'll be here later. But K-Bone 20, straight talk. What's up, bro?
Man, what it do? Today is a Thursday. Man, can't wait for the weekend.
Yeah, I can't wait to get off work tomorrow as well. Much needed. Wife got paid, so we just got paid. It's Friday night. Anyway, so yeah, man, we okay. Mr. Norris is here. What's up, Mr. Norris?
What's up?
We are here. I thought it was gonna be a little later than that, so let me get this right. All right. So we wait for folks to jump in. As you come in, let us know who you is and where you from. But yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about tonight. A little battle going on. Will Astrobots out-platform Mario? That's one of the topics for the night. Will Astrobots out-platform Mario? We also gonna talk about all the new Switch to NS2 news jumping out. Are we gonna have to wait till April of 2025? Is there a fan in the dock? Oh, the new cartridges say that this thing may be backwards compatible. We're gonna talk about all this latest stuff, but we are here. What's up, Nia in the building? What's up, Nia? But yeah, we here. All of us, Level is obsessed with I is and I am. And what's that to you, Sister Nia? You just make sure you handed out fans and envelopes for offerings. Just make sure you doing that, Usher, Sister Usher, lady, sir, ma'am. Make sure you doing that. The Astrobot is we gonna talk about. Yeah, I am excited about Astrobot. We gotta ask the question. This is something me and Keith got to talking about earlier. Will Astrobot out-platform? And that's kind of playing on words, but will it out-platform Mario? Will it out-platform? Also, and anything else we're gonna talk about tonight? Anything I did not cover? She got Nis.
Brother, I'm gonna need a cut. Oh
man, I guess we gotta go ahead and get this Patreon stuff going, huh? What y'all think? We got to get a Patreon?
Let the people speak.
Let the people speak. Okay. Yeah, man, we got a little bit to talk about. A lot of Nintendo news in this particular podcast. K-Bum, is there anything with PlayStation or Xbox that we need to touch on tonight as well?
I don't know what they doing. I couldn't tell you what they both been quiet.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so too.
They've been a little quiet because we still ain't heard nothing about this Pro. We've heard some whispers, some conversations, but if you're gonna get this out by holiday season, I would think you would be trying to get some news out very soon because holiday season is like October is holiday season. So I'm quite surprised that we ain't heard nothing.
Nata zilch. You would think that we would have been unheard about the PlayStation 5 Pro if it was coming this holiday. Yes, that is absolutely a real thought right there. But we're talking about it. We get into that. Do you think they're trying to what's the word? They're trying to wait out Nintendo with the Switch 2?
No. No, they're coming out with another generation. You're just coming with a slightly improved PS5. You don't have to wait.
Yeah, you
You
do.
don't have to wait to end. No, you don't.
This is not about power. This is about sales and positioning yourself to outsell the competition. No,
It's
the
still
Switch,
the
but
PS5.
right, but people don't get. But people don't care. And they want to win in that money.
It's not even the same season. They're not even gonna
It's
compete
a
directly against each other.
it's a
Hey,
PS5 Pro playing PS4 games.
that's right.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
said it.
The Switch is
ooh.
playing. The Switch 2 be playing PS4 games with that DLSS. So K-Bone, they worried now. They worried now. So anyway, we're gonna talk about that. Anything else? I'm done with all the series, so I can't even. I haven't even been on anything series wise. Any new series, or have y'all caught up with Game of Thrones? What's the good?
I'm episode I think 4 in Game of Thrones, so I still got a little bit to go to.
Yeah.
We did say we're gonna talk about Deadpool. We did say that.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's seen it, right?
Yeah, everybody done seen that. We gave a week out. We can
Okay.
have some kind of conversation about it now.
All right. We can
I do the best
spoil.
I
We can
can from my
spoil.
memory.
We give spoiler warning. We can say what we want.
Okay. Dang it. I don't know what to say now. I feel like I shouldn't say anything.
The pressure.
But, okay, real quick before we get into what you've been gaming on. One thing I will say, like I was saying last week, I had a lot of fun. I think what you said, K-Bun, was right on point when we was talking in the chat. That is fun, but not great. It's fun. There was some weak aspects of it. Spoiler alert, there are some true dope cameos. But I do feel like the story.
Awesome cameos.
Yeah. I feel like the story could have been a little better fleshed out. It was kind of lackluster and underwhelming, but everything else kept it good. Like the characters, the cameos kind of overshadowed the actual story being told. But I did like Henry Cavill being one of the Wolverines, and I'm hoping that it's more to that than just that.
I got it.
I hope so, man. I hope it is. I like that, man. I like he looked right too. He looked dope. I did laugh.
He looked right.
He
He did
dope.
look right.
Yeah. Movie was definitely fun. Right. And I did like the to spec or the actual Marvel spec Wolverine. It really makes you see what they
He
call
talking
it.
no, he wasn't the size. He was the height, but he wasn't
Yeah,
the
he was
size.
the height.
Wolverine. He was a stocky guy, but
Yeah, he was the height, and he was stalking. They did stretch him. They stretched him
Nah,
out a little
man,
bit.
nah. He was somebody little kid looking up there like.
But man, yeah, I was like, bro, and I know that Wolverine supposed to be like 5'2", 5'1", something like that.
It's 5'3", like 5'3",
5'3", is it 5'3"?
Yeah,
And
5'3",
that's really short. And it really made you see, we really don't want one-to-one representation. Because I would have been upset with that. I would have been like,
Because I think old boy is like 6'1", I believe.
yeah, he is.
He's about 6'1".
So that was funny. Like I said, my favorite scene was actually the opening scene with Deadpool going to the game with Logan.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, and the fight, that was the dopest to me. That was the dopest fight in the movie. Dopest choreographed. I do like the dance from NSYNC. Bye bye bye. That was all dope.
Really? I'm shocked about that.
What's that?
You an
Are you
NSYNC fan? You
No,
an
I'm not
NSYNC fan? No,
I say this. No, I'm not an NSYNC fan.
I'm an NSYNC fan. I'll say it. I ain't scared.
But you're not gonna tell me Justin Timberlake's first album wasn't banging. You ain't gonna tell me.
Oh,
You're
that's
not gonna tell me.
Timberland.
Justin Timberlake's first album was on fleek. I had that bumping in them 12s in the back. I sure did. Not ashamed. And a white girl gave it to me.
Oh man.
And my she was like, Stafford, you'll love this. And she gave it to me. And I was like, I don't want to listen to no Justin Timberlake. I was like, oh, okay. right, Lord, thank you. Anyway, so it was dope.
Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me go ahead
Yeah,
and
that
mute that.
album went
Yeah,
hard.
everybody covering out today.
That album went hard, man.
That
Yeah.
album definitely went hard, bro.
So, Keith, now you can go and talk. Okay, Bun, what was your thoughts on?
No,
I kind of rambled off.
I think to me personally, the best part of the movie. What? Sorry, the best the person I enjoyed the most in the movie was actually Cassandra Nova.
Oh,
I thought the actress who played her killed it. I
Cassandra
absolutely
Nova.
love the way
That's.
Xavier's sister.
Okay. I
Man,
know.
them hands was creepy,
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that was.
I love the way that they showcase her getting into people's minds. I thought that was top notch writing and just visualization of her getting into people's minds. And I told people about this. Like the best parts of the movies for me is when it slowed down and became serious because I think to me it hit every time it slowed down. Like when when she got into Deadpool's mind, and then she started to have the conversation with him as she was his girlfriend, and told me it didn't matter, it'll never matter. It kind of slowed down, but it still was a good part of the movie. And then they really got into the psyche of the Wolverine that let everybody die. You know what I'm saying? I thought that whole scene had weight to it. It wasn't just some throwaway scene. The whole conversation I thought was good. It was the acting was on point. Even the conversation that X-23 had with Wolverine when they were out in the fire, saying that you were never the right person until you was. I thought because Deadpool can easily be funny. It's easily a funny ha ha laugh movie, but to be able to be successful and to hit on those beats when you slow down, that's everything Ragnarok wasn't. When Ragnarok slowed down and tried to be serious, it missed every time. Every time. It had its funniness, but it's tried to slow down, be serious. None of it hit. But this one, every time it slowed down, like I love the conversation between X-23 and Wolverine. And to me, that made the movie worth it. It wasn't just, hey, here's some jokes. It actually gave some weight to the actual movie and some you cared about the character. So that's my favorite part about the actual movie was that it hit every time it slowed down.
Well, my favorite part was, oh my God, he's gonna say it. He's gonna say it. Avenger, flame on! I was like, yes.
I was just going there. I was about to go there.
I was like,
That
yes.
was so
That
good.
set for me. That set the tone. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff that happened before, but that really kind of set the roller coaster off of all the like cameos that you were
That's
going to
true.
get. Um,
They got me like that reveal.
I was
Forgot
fooled.
that he played that character
So,
until he said that.
Yeah.
Keith ain't really telling y'all what it is. So, um, Keith Evans. Well,
Chris.
Keith Evans.
Chris Evans. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Chris
okay.
Evans.
It's okay. I've been Keith. I've been Kevin. I've been Chris.
Chris Evans shows up, and how they bring him in, you think is Cap. You think it's
Well, he was
Cap.
wearing.
He's
The
wearing
old
blue.
cap. He
Yeah,
was wearing blue and red. It was blue and red.
Well, I didn't. It was definitely blue. I don't know if it had. I don't remember
On,
it had
on the
red.
arm, it was red. It was the old Captain America outfit that he was wearing.
Okay,
that
so
was tossed down into the void.
okay. Well, it fooled the crap. And I literally gasped like, oh, like this old Cap. You know what I'm saying? He back, and then he said flame on. I started laughing so freaking hard, man. That was
good, man.
definitely. I mean, the cameos was just. It was one weak one. It was one weak cameo, even though it was dope to see Gambit, but
I don't think that was weird. I thought that paid homage to everyone who actually paid attention.
I know,
who
but
knew he was trying to play Gambit.
I know, but it was kind of like him playing Gambit just was kind of just it was dope. Don't get me wrong, it was dope. I guess I just didn't have no connection to him because I couldn't place him. I know he was more of he was screen for the character, but never actually seen the big screen. So I guess that may have been why. But
Yeah.
Blade, bro, When he walked through, I'm gonna tell you my true feelings. I was happy and kind of just sad at the same time, cause he old, and I was like, oh man,
He old.
he old. He didn't hit the suit, didn't hit right, the muscles
The
wasn't
suit
hitting
didn't
right.
fit right.
I was
He
like,
looked so skinny in that suit.
he sure did. I was like, man, you could tell this was last minute. They ain't give him no time to beef up for the role, but it was dope seeing Snipes back.
He ain't like 60s, ain't he? So it's only too much he can
Hey
do.
man, Shannon Sharp is in LLC. It ain't
I mean,
50s and
but
60s.
they kept up with it though.
I'm saying, hey, Hollywood, bro, it's Hollywood. They can do
That's
something.
true. That's true.
But it was dope to see them pay homage to where it all started. I had an argument with a youngster who was a comic book nut, and he was trying to give Spider-Man the true breakthrough. I was like, nah, bro, Blade is what proved Marvel movies can happen in the theater.
It was Blade.
It was Blade. You can't walk right off Blade. There is no Spider-Man truly without Blade proving that you can do it if you do it right. So it was good to see. It was good to see that. Anything else? We done said a lot about this movie. People like, I haven't seen it yet. Well,
Random.
spoiler.
Did y'all know that Blade was a Marvel character back in the day?
Yes.
K-Bone probably did.
Yes.
You did? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, well, they talked about it. Like, originally he wanted to get Black Panther, and they wouldn't let him have him. So yeah, I knew Blade was a Marvel character.
I thought Blade was just a movie that they made up.
No, remember Blade used to be in the Spider-Man cartoon. He was in one of the Spider-Man episodes. That's when I first found out he was chasing down Dracula.
Morbius.
Was it Morbius or I thought it was Dracula, but
Morbius.
okay. So anyway, we have spoiled enough of this movie. So I guess we can go to what you've been gaming on. Let's go.
You know what time it is. It's time for what have you been gaming on. Sing it, folks. Let's go. Hey. What they been gaming on? 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 Gaming on. Gaming on.
So who want to go first?
I can go. This can be quick.
Yeah.
This has been a hard week for me, man. I hadn't really. I played, here and there, but I haven't really just sat down and had time to play anything seriously. But I did get a chance to play a little bit of Link's Awakening. Just kind of wanted to, I guess, with all the new Echoes game that they're talking about with the new Zelda, I kind of just wanted to look at that game. I'm not really taking it serious. Played a little dungeons, not much as like I wanted to. Yeah, that's it. I haven't really played anything. I wanted to get around to playing Hellblade 2. I know I want to talk about that for the cast. Just didn't get around to doing it. It's been a long week, very long week.
Okay. K-Bone.
Oh man, what I've been gaming on. Yeah, so it's been for me this week. I really haven't done much. Um, I'm actually, responsible for the message at my church this week. So I've been spending less time gaming, trying to get my message together. So I've been doing a little bit of that, like how Level normally does. So I haven't really gamed that much. I actually got a chance to do a little gaming today, which is still playing college football 25, which is just love that game. On my fourth season, trying to get my national championship going on. But anyway, I actually got a chance to download very briefly. I think I played for maybe 45 minutes. Madden 25 that came out actually this week. So it's been kind of tough because I've been having to study while Madden's out. So, but it's all good. But Madden 25 came out this week. I got about 45 minutes in it, and it's definitely different than college football. It's much slower. It's much. It's not. Playing Madden makes college football kind of feel more arcadey, if you can say. Dare to say that word. But it's a fun game. It's cool. I got to get more hands on to see if I like it. But it doesn't have that pageantry that college football does, and it's definitely missing some of that oomph you get from playing college football. But that's what I've been gaming on, and then playing like some mobile games. Not much.
Hey, what
Oh,
mobile
okay.
games? What mobile games?
So mobile games. I guess I'm glad you asked. Uh, for me, I play mostly. I play Magic the Gathering. That's what I play a lot of.
Keep on talking. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta check on these girls upstairs. Just a sec.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I play a lot of Magic the Gathering on my phone. Pretty much that's the most I would say I play as far uh as far as mobile games. I don't get too much in anything else.
Okay. You don't play those.
Like,
You ever see those games? You ever scrolling through Facebook and they got some games where you got to mix the beakers and stuff.
no, I
Yeah,
never played those.
and I love them type of games.
Really?
Yeah, I like because they time wasters. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, I'm just sitting in the bed. It's like, man, you know what? I just want to play something. I'm gonna try to get this pink with this yellow and this green and try to try to get them right. And then they get hard, and I'm like, all right, time to go to bed. That's how you
That's
know.
funny. No, I've never really tried those. Never really tried those type of games.
Yeah.
But they're fun, right?
Yeah, they're to me like that. Sudoku. I played a little bit of that when I learned what it was about, and I was like, oh, okay, I like this. I like those little mind bending type games or crossword puzzles, you know. Or man, this is one game that I bought. Where is it? It's like a Find Waldo type game. I love stuff like that. Just sitting around looking for little trinkets and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, never got to it. Like I said, I'm usually just Magic the Gathering. It's kind of my go to.
So, so you played. You said a football game. You said what was that?
Yeah. Madden. I played just about 45 minutes of Madden because it came out, and then college football, and
And it
then
don't
the
compare.
mobile game. Say what?
It doesn't compare.
No. I didn't say it doesn't compare. It's just it's different.
It's different.
It's
Oh,
just
okay.
it's much different.
Which one you like better?
College football easily.
Okay. All right. All right.
It's not
Well,
even close.
I guess I can get mine because I didn't. Oh, were you done? My bad.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. So I didn't get much time to game in as well. K-Bum jumping into my world. I do this every week, but I did get some gaming in though. Well, two games. I jump on the first one because I didn't stick on it long because I'm still frustrated about it. And that was Metroid Prime. Hold up. Just a sec.
Think you finna
All
get
right,
some Metro
so
slander.
no, it's not necessarily slander, but it's slander. So I'm still annoyed by the Metroids in the stage between you get into the fight, the final boss. It's just annoying me to heck. And I put it right back down. I was like, you know what? I won't shoot the Metroid so it can spawn more Metroids. I see if I could just get up there without killing it. I just morph it to my ball, blow it off of me, and then keep on traversing, and it spawned anyway. So I said, you know what? I don't feel like it, and I turned it off. So that was my Metroid Prime experience for this week. I'm going to beat the game. But I'm not even front. I'm so annoyed about this stage. I am sincerely from my soul just annoyed. I can go in on this game. Anyway, so I also played, it's a game that I got on the Switch, because I didn't play any PlayStation this week, that I hadn't played in a while. I was like, man, I think my daughter had went through some of my catalog, and I guess they may have played the game, and I'm like, dang, I forgot all about this game being on there. And it's a racing game called Hot Shot Racing. And it's an arcade style racer. And I'm going to say this, man. I enjoyed that. I remember enjoying the game, and I forgot about playing. But this game was really, 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 really fun. And one thing I don't like about it, it has that rubber band type function where you can never really outrun anybody you racing against as far as computer. So it has that. What'd you say?
I said that's trash.
Yeah, I don't like. That's the only thing.
That's the Mario Kart 64.
That's that Mario Kart thing. You know, like I literally did a boost, Keith, at the top starting off, and I hit the boost, and I mean burnt out on them. And the car behind me sped up with a boost out of nowhere past me. I'm like, wait a minute, we haven't even got to a checkpoint to get that boost. How did you get that? It was. I'm like, that's the rubber band part of this. But it's a dope game graphically for indie title, and you know, really playing on that arcadey, old school aesthetic. Graphically, it's really nice looking. Music is good. Controls is good. And I got another racer on there, and it's like, man, I got to go try out that other racer I got. So I'm probably going to be doing a little indie playing over the next few weeks so I can build up the patience to play Metroid Prime again to get to the final boss. I could have beat the boss. Only thing messed me up was I didn't know that I had to stand in the little circle to shoot the special beam. By the time I realized, I was too depleted in energy. So,
Sure.
yeah. But anyway, that's what we've been gaming on for the week. Alrighty. So let's do this. So, like I said, we going back to Nintendo. This is a Nintendo podcast again. We strictly Nintendo. Thank you, K-Bun, for becoming a Nintendo fan. K-Bun, I felt the offense from here. Okay, so this is a Nintendo night. Let's put it like that. So we got a few little things we got to talk about. First, let's just go through. I know we're going to save the Astro Bot Mario versus later. We won't go straight into that. That'll be we'll end on that. But there's some other things that had kind of been rummaging around the Switch too. Like a lot of things. People been checking ship dates that's sending over the guts of the machine and all that stuff. So they've been checking all this stuff and finding out information and all this stuff. So it's a lot of news, a lot of information floating in the stratosphere or the game sphere. And I guess, you know, hey, we normally come up with our own titles like we did. Will Astrobot outperform or outplatform Mario? But, you know, we want to give y'all some of what's actually happened. So which one we want to talk about first? We got the situation where Nintendo or developers are being told, let's go there. Let's go to that one. So I'm going to read this article and then we can discuss, all right? So this is something I saw out there, and I will read it. So let's get down here. So it says, game devs reportedly told not to expect Nintendo Switch 2 before April 2025. Previous estimates supposed we'd see a Switch 2 by the end of March 2025. One insider is saying that's wishful thinking. All right, so let's continue. Nintendo is much more patient about the release of its much-hyped Nintendo Switch 2 than consumers are. The Japanese game Monolith reportedly plans to hold the console back until April or May next year after the end of the company's fiscal year. It's a few more months than the company previously proposed. This is so misleading. A few more months, March, April, a month. Okay, maybe I guess you're saying May is a few more months. All right, but 2 months feels like a lifetime for those anticipating Nintendo's first major hardware release in over 7 freaking years. In May, Nintendo finally confirmed that the Nintendo Switch 2 is real. The Japanese gaming giant said it planned to release the console this fiscal year. However, all signs pointed to the company waiting until March, the very end of the fiscal year, before it showed off its new hardware. Nintendo, we need to be seeing this thing like today. Let me calm down. Now comes the bad news. You told us the bad news earlier, Game Industry Biz, but we'll say it again. Game Industry Biz head Chris, how you say that? Dring? Anyway, said on, I don't know, drink. I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to put the D with the R on that. Nia, tell me how to say that. Anyway, said on the outlet's latest podcast via VGC that developers do not expect. This is also misleading because I think it was only one developer saying this. Anyway, that developers do not expect the console to launch in March. The industry insider said it wasn't in Nintendo's playbook to announce a console in its physical statements and then release it in the same year. Wait a minute. Can I call foul? Didn't Nintendo say that they was only going to show it in this physical year and release it after the physical year? Didn't they say that? I mean, Keith, am I wrong? Ain't that what they said?
I do not remember.
Remember when Furukawa?
Hey, that was good.
Furukawa
That was good.
said,
that boy good.
That boy good. That had a little sushi on it.
Let's listen to a little OJ player. That's how I listened to one of his videos a few months back, and I heard that Furukawa. Anyway, didn't he say that they will be announcing and showing the Switch successor in this physical year, but they will not be releasing it fiscal year. They will not release it in this fiscal year. So, I think this is a lot of misleading stuff in this article because it was not multiple developers. It was only one. But anyway, I'm going to say now the console is not coming out before this physical. He said physical this time, K-Bum, year. Dream. Dang, how do you say doing? Anyway, I can't say it. My tongue is already tied. Said on the podcast, transcribed by Gazmoda. No developer I've spoken to expects it to be launching in this physical year. They've been told not to expect it in this physical year. Okay, you said that literally 3 times in one paragraph. Further claimed that this insider, further claimed that this article writer further claimed that insiders hope the console will be out in April or May next year. But either way, it will likely be early in 2025 rather than later. Okay, so basically, that's basically it. So what's y'all thoughts on this? Is this bad news? Are you sad about this? Are you disappointed? And Nia, tell me how you say that last name, because I know it got ring in it. Dring? I don't know how to say it. I'm tripping. Oh, show me how to say it. Pronunciate it in the comment section. Let me see. LT 1984. I've listened to you guys for years, but because of levels disrespect and slander towards me, I'm done. You handled a brother in Christ wrongly simply because I don't agree with you. Okay, so
Hey man, come
okay, so
on,
let's
man.
do
Hey,
this. Let's
hey.
let's let's do this real
No,
quick. No, no, no,
if
no,
you
no,
want
no,
to,
no, no, no. I'm gonna deal with
if
it.
you want to,
I
I mean, I
will,
was on top of
cause
Nintendo.
there's actual
Wait, whoa,
proof.
whoa. Kayla don't want to listen to talk about Nintendo.
There's actual proof. I'm gonna entertain this a little bit. First of all, my brother in Christ, that is not true. There is proof. You can go over there and read what we talked about. Nowhere in there did I mishandle you or say anything. We just simply disagreed about two secular parties, the Republican and Democratic Party. If you're going to let two people that don't follow Christ cause you to not see a person who does follow Christ, cause you not to want to deal with that person, that's you. That's not me. I did not delete any of your posts. I'm not disrespectful like that. I've never deleted anyone's post. YouTube operates a lot differently. It took me a long time to find all the comments because it changes stuff. I had to go stroll through just to find which one to click. So you need to go click newest comments and then put all the comments there. That is not me. It's doing the same thing on Facebook. I had to do new comments, not relevant comments. So I say again, you are not, I did not disrespect you. I did not slander you. I simply disagreed about Donald Trump. That's all I did. I do not think he's fit. You think he is. And that's your right. But give me the right to disagree with you. That's it. Nothing else to be said. So back to Nintendo. So go ahead. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts?
I'm gonna let Kayvon go first.
Oh man, he just lit. They jump right back on the ship. Um, uh, Before I get on that, we do need to get to a place in America and society where it is okay to disagree with each other and keep it moving. And let's just keep it moving. But anyway, how I feel about this, I don't think it to me it doesn't change anything. I don't think it changes much. I it puts me in the same boat that I've been at for Nintendo. I don't think this is bad news for them. Again, same thing I'll say for the pro. If something like this was coming out soon, it should have been out. News should have been hitting. It should have been hitting Newswave. They should be trying to gather that momentum going into the holiday season, right? And so I think that we haven't heard anything about this much. Pretty much says, yeah, that puts it out. I would rather for Nintendo to take their time and and dare I say try to make sure they do this right than to rush and put themselves in a bad position because I think they have more time now than they had previously with with the Wii because at that time everyone was pretty much done with that. It had been actually they had been done with the Wii for maybe 2 years uh, before the next system came out. But for here, we do see declining sales, but we don't see the abandonment of the system like we saw with the Wii. And so I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's a big. I don't think it's that big of a deal. They still can come out May of next year. This is just saying April 2025. They still can come out May of 2025 or the summer of 2025. So I still think this puts them in a good position, which I really wasn't expecting until to March of next year. If it's a couple of months after that, I don't think that's a big deal. Uh, I think they do have some leeway. The competition is coming though. They don't got all day.
Okay,
They
yeah.
can't just sit on their lawyers the whole time. There's still a window, and
Yeah,
there's still a window that they can miss. So
right.
I'm not saying they can just wait and just sit and wait forever. Because there's still a window. Because they are coming out with handheld system, and we may even see one from Xbox this holiday season. So they can't wait too long. But they don't have to rush anything. And I think Sometime next year is a good time for the system to launch, and I don't think that's to me it's not a big issue.
Real quick, I just want to say this, LT 1984. I got love for you, bro. So I hope you still here. I hope you let this little whatever pass by. This is not a big deal, bro. I'm not even into it that serious. If I offended you, I apologize. I'm gonna do it live on this podcast. I apologize if I offended you in any kind of way. I love you in Christ, and I pray that whatever offense, because the Bible says if you offend your brother, go to your brother. I'm going to you. You came here, so I'm gonna say I apologize. I don't know what I said, but I could have offended you, and I apologize. I value your subscription. I value you in Christ, because that's one thing we connect on. So if I offended you, I apologize. Even in this response earlier, I apologize. So I hope that remedies are is something that you can take from me to know that I didn't mean anything by it. No, I don't agree with what we talked about, but I still value you, and I hope that my words of apology is received. All right. So anyway, go ahead, Keith. Joe Floor.
Yeah, so I was actually going to say I appreciate as a man, number one, that how you handled this, and I also further appreciate you apologizing, because that is the law. Apologizing and man up, So with that being said, Nintendo just got to talk for me. I don't really care what these devs are saying, talking about some don't expect Nintendo Switch before. I don't. Y'all know how I am with rumors. That's kind of why I wanted K1 to go first, because I personally I'm just sitting back playing video games, waiting on that
Official announcement.
that official announcement, that inevitable direct that we gonna get from Nintendo showing the console, because it don't matter until we get it. It don't matter until we see something. That's just how I feel about it. So not to try to take the wind out of the excitement in the room. It is what it is. There's so much stuff coming out. That's always going to be my position until we get some official words. You got Plucky Squire coming out. You got Zelda Echoes coming out. Echoes of Wisdom coming out. People still playing NCAA. Like, there's so much stuff to play. And until we get that direct, that's just how I see these rumors. It's fun to speculate. It's fun to talk about. But at the end of the day, I'm just waiting on that official announcement.
I'm gonna say this, man. First of all, I think this is, even if it's April, if it was coming out in March, it was coming out late March, right? So what's 2-3 weeks? I don't think I'm with K-Bum. I don't think this changed anything if it's true. One thought I heard, and I think it's a good take, is that Nintendo may be trying to find out who's leaking stuff and putting stuff out there to say, hey, don't expect, then you go running with it, and then the next thing you know, they can kind of investigate who's saying what and where the leaks are, because they have been pretty tight-lipped and pretty on top of anything getting out about the Switch 2. Not much has gotten out, and they've been pretty good about that.
True.
And also, they may say something and do something totally different. My thing is, I think Furukawa did say, hey, we're going to show the Switch before the fiscal year is up, and then it's going to launch. I never expected it to launch in this fiscal year. So it was already a drawn conclusion that it was coming in the new year, in the new fiscal year. So, fiscal year. So
there we go.
I didn't think, I didn't think much about it, to be honest with you. Would I love to get it in March? Absolutely. But if April is when it comes, okay. My main thing is I'm just ready to see it. I'm just ready to see it. That's it. And then once I see it and know it's coming, When it comes, I don't want it at the end of 2025, but March, April, May, I can handle that. But I don't think that's a big deal.
So let me ask you a question. You say you can't wait to see it because that's my position on it. That's basically what I'm saying. Like I can't wait for the official announcement. My question is, what are people doing with this rumor? What are people excited about? What is it? You don't even know what it is. The Switch 2 or whatever it's going to be titled could be utter garbage. It could be BS. What are we talking about? Like I'm just waiting for Nintendo to say something. Then I can get my excitement. Then I'm gonna be like, oh, I can't wait to play with the Joy-Con or whatever they're gonna be using. That's when my excitement is gonna change. When we officially see it, and hopefully it'll be sometime soon. You know, kind of like Nia said in the comment section. It has to be soon, and then my excitement is gonna pick up. Right now, I'm just speculating on what I think it could be. So that's why I kind of take the position. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, Keith don't care. No, I do care. I don't know what to care about. What is it? You know, that's just kind of further my position. Hello?
Okay, so my bad. My babies keep coming down here distracting me. So
Cut me from the podcast.
But yeah,
you don't care about these
I'm gonna say this. I think what it was that people were disappointed and fearful that they're not going to get it when they want to get it, when everybody was hoping to get it. So, but I'm with you guys. I'm excited, you know what I'm saying? And when I first read it, I was like, oh no, but I thought about April. Okay, well, all right, that's literally a week after. So, because I don't think it's coming early. If it was coming in March, it's not coming at the top of March. It's definitely going to be towards the end of March. So, what's April? What's April? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, and if it's May, what's May? If it's June, I don't know if I want to wait to June. But if I got to, I will. Hey, it's my birthday, come then, I can justify it for my birthday. But we gonna get there. I'm just ready to see it, like you, Keith. I'm just ready to see what it is so that my hype can be validated. I want my hype to be validated. I want it to be, I can feel legit and confident about being hyped. I don't even know. I'm hoping the rumors seem like it suggests I should be, but I don't know. Nintendo could pull a wazzle dazzle and have us sitting up here hurt, mad, and upset like Metroid Prime 4 fonts. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, what was the other thing? So, all of us is in agreement. April 2025 is not a big deal. April, May 2025. A couple of months after, not a few, a couple. Which one is more? Is few? Is few two? Ain't that another way for saying two? Few.
A couple.
I thought couple is right. So it's a couple. That's why. Okay, a few means several, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Three or
Something like
more.
that.
Okay, so he was being misleading. So it's supposedly a couple of months after March. That's the window. So I don't think it's no big deal. All right, so the other thing that I do believe may be an actual a big deal is that it's supposed to have a fan in the I thought I had all this stuff loaded already, and I know what it's gonna do. But the Switch 2 or the NS2 or whatever it is supposed to have a fan in the dock. And that right there was definitely intriguing to me. And it made me think about conversations we had back in the day. And I got to give kudos and credit to D2K because he would talk about a fan possibly. A dock with a fan would be indication of power, or when we was talking about the Switch 2. So, or the Switch Pro. So, Keith, what's your thoughts on that? Like, some of the rumors I'm trying to find, I had all this stuff up, but some of the rumors say that the Switch 2 will have a fan in its dock?
Well, I can only comment on the current Switch, and I think that's a good thing. I think any heat distribution is good when you're talking about computer components. Cooler the better. Not too cold though, but the cooler the better, which means that it will run more efficiently. So, if that was a hindrance with the original Switch when you had it docked, and there was a temperature issue where I couldn't run even better than because I know some people overclock their switches and they were able to get a lot more stable frames. If that was one of the issues, then I'm all for it. Yeah, put two fans in there if you want to. Go ahead.
But then they underclock it because of
the
the heat.
the switch is originally underclocked. This is true.
Yeah, they underclocked it because of the heat. And if they're introducing a better cooling system, that means they can open it up a little bit more, which in turn means better graphics, better frame rate, and higher quality of games.
Yep.
So
So
I know it wasn't my time yet, but I'll say I think it's a good thing.
so let me read this. And I'm just gonna read this highlighted part. It says a new leak suggests a Nintendo Switch 2 power upgrade compared to the current console. Shipping manifest list the device as needing a 60-watt charger. So the original Switch charger was a 32-watt charger. The new system is a 60-watt charger. So that's literally double in power. I mean, in what would you say, watts needed to power it. Wattage needed to power it. And a second cooling fan is also rumored to be built into the Switch successor's dock, suggesting improved specs. As fans impatiently wait for more official information on the Nintendo Switch 2, leakers are coming out in full force to keep us occupied with new tidbits. This new leak comes from the popular Nintendo message board, Femi Boards, thanks to Tom Guide, and matches up with the existing Nintendo Switch 2 hardware leaks about console's improved RAM and internal storage. All right, so K-Bun, was your floor. You kind of already had started hitting on it,
Yeah.
but go ahead.
Yeah.
Finish up your thoughts.
No, I just stand to the point that anything that can increase power, I think is a good thing. I think having the fan in there, as long as it's not overly loud, because it is a mobile system and it does have to. Um, it is played mobily on the go, so not in front of a TV, so not in front of a loud a surround sound system. It's played from a handheld point of view. It is going to be important that it's not loud, that fan is not blowing your eardrums, because that's going to create a very poor experience, a gaming experience, if that fan is entirely too loud. So uh, as long as they can keep it down, because that PS4 fan, Lord have mercy, that was a spaceship taking off. Uh, so it happened. They reduced that in the PS5, but because that was absolutely terrible. So as long as they can keep the sound of the fan down, I think it's going to be a good addition to the system, and hopefully make it more powerful so that it can do what it needs to do as far as or meet the specs that they're expecting it to meet.
Okay. I'm gonna say, I mean, yeah. This goes back to what we said earlier. It just makes me want to see what it is. Like, Nintendo, come on now. It's been time. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think this is going to stop the original Switch from reaching the milestone of passing up the PlayStation 2. And I believe a lot of that is why we haven't heard about it. It's because you're trying to cross that threshold. And it's like, bro, I mean, like K-Bump said, there is a sweet spot. There is a window. And you have tremendous momentum.
Yep.
I think it's time to go on ahead and say, here, guys, this is the new system. This is what it's going to do. This is what to be expected. And let your devs come out, your first party and third party devs come out, and your indie studios come out and begin to show what they got to build up the hype for what's next. It's been 7 years. 7 years. It'll be 8 by the time we get this thing. Either way, it's going to cross 8 years on the market before we get the new Switch or whatever the next thing is, which we believe is a Switch 2 or NS2 or whatever they want to call it. I think we're in that. I don't think it's going to derail anything, but I do think it could tamper hype for if you play your cards wrong and something else comes that steals your thunder.
Yep.
And that's my concern. To me, I wouldn't worry about what's coming next. I heard one person say that Nintendo is trying to wait on Sony to release to give their if it's a PlayStation 5 Pro to do their presentation for that, and they can come behind that and do the Switch, whatever. I don't care. I don't think you should worry about whatever PlayStation is doing, because that's not their next thing. That's a bump from their current thing. It's still in the current mindset of what's current. It's just a more powerful current. You are going to what's next for you. This is next. And I think you need to go ahead and do it, because your system is being held together by duct tape and chewing gum. And we all, interestingly, we're all, for whatever reason, back on the current Switch. We might need to turn it off so they realize we dumb. But anyway, Keith, you got any other thoughts? Yeah, we unbought. Neil bought online. Keith bought online. Forcing me to buy online. Everybody playing they Switch now. Y'all making Nintendo feel like they can keep this thing in the market for 2 more years, man. Let's turn this thing off. But anyway, go ahead, Keith.
No, I ain't really got nothing else to say. When we gonna play some games though? Since we got all this online, we ain't played yet.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, I mean, what you want to play?
I mean, the only thing I've been playing is Salmon Run, play a little Mario Kart. That's pretty much all I play. I ain't getting in the turf war stuff. I can't do all that.
I already told y'all what I got to play, man. Got that Star Wars Hunters, man. I told y'all I've been on that. Was on that. I ain't been on it in a while.
You was on it on the Switch?
Yeah, on the Switch. Yeah, that's why I played it on. It's the only system it's on. It's on the Switch and mobile.
Intriguing.
Well, I mean, like I said, after I get this Metroid Prime beat, I don't even, and I guess Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I don't know what was the game you said again that you want all of us to jump on? Which is the Star Wars?
Star Wars Hunter is free to play.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna download it when we get off here, and I'm gonna look. Does it look good, K-Bomb?
It looks good enough.
Oh man, if you playing it, then it must look decent enough. That makes
it looks
sense.
good enough. Looks good enough.
If Keith, you down to jump on some Star Wars?
I mean, yeah, I jump on it. I can actually download it now.
We need to get back on that Splatoon since you forced us to buy this.
That thing gone. My Splatoon gone. Y'all cool?
Hey, GameFly can send it back. Go ahead and have it flew back in. Go ahead and have it flew back in. Anyway, anything else on this particular topic? I mean, for me, it just makes me want to see the thing more. 60 watts. A fan in the dock, which suggests this thing gonna be need more it's gonna have a lot more power. And then they got the cartridges for it, and it's showing that it might be backwards compatible. Let me find that one right there. That this thing is supposedly be backwards compatible. That's rumor. I knew it was gonna do this, man. I had all this stuff up, but anyway, I'm excited for it, but I'm just ready. I'm just ready for them to go ahead and let us see it. But I guess we need to go on to our last topic. We'll end on this. So me and Keith was having a conversation, kind of set this up, and we was talking about Ratchet and Clank and Mario Odyssey. And I made this, then we might pick this up next week for you guys. Like I said, we try to come up with unique topics that's unique to us, something that just not just giving you the latest news what everybody is talking about. We try to get y'all stuff that's, it's unique, you know what I'm saying, and, for us. So what it started off talking about, we may make this a topic next week, is does Mario mainline titles need to incorporate the Mario RPG level stories? And we still fleshing that out in the comments between ourselves before we bring it on the platform. So I'm kind of letting y'all know to kind of think that through. Is it time for Mario mainline titles like Odyssey and Sunshine and Galaxy 1 and 2 and those run of Mario games? Do they need to incorporate the storyline to the level of what they do in Mario RPGs? And the reason I was asking that is, that's one thing that's to me is still kind of missing with some of those top tier titles from Nintendo. Either the storyline is so convoluted with in the lure of reading and all that stuff that you kind of miss. And me and Keith kind of went down this lane of, so what's the storyline in Odyssey? Keith was like, I don't even remember the storyline in Mario Wonder. Oh, it's to save the Flower Kingdom from Koopa. What's the storyline in Mario Odyssey? It's to save Princess Peach from Koopa. What's the story in Galaxy? Again, to save Princess Peach from Koopa. That's the story. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing else with it. But Princess Peach is kidnapped. Go save Princess Peach. No real story at all in there. You just going through platform to platform to platform. Oh, the Flower Kingdom has been taken over by Bowser and his kids. Go stop Bowser. Platform. Oh, the fairies have been taken over by Bowser. Go to platform and save the fairies. That's the story. So I'm like, maybe it's time for Nintendo to up the ante, to up the scales, to up the storytelling in the Mario games. And then that led to Ratchet and Clank and the story that was in Ratchet and Clank. Me and Keith had a back and forth there. Again, we're gonna continue this next week. But then it brought up the thought, and this is where I wanted to get tonight. And I'm gonna let Keith come in and kind of give his side to this conversation. But the question became, I had an interesting thought. Will Astrobot, y'all know Astrobot is soon to come, will it out-platform Mario? Will Astrobot be so good that it out-platforms the platform Jordan? Notice I didn't say LeBron, y'all. You see me giving. Will it outperform the GOAT?
Okay, bro, you see what he doing?
Yeah. I peed.
I'm giving Jordan the kudos. There's nothing in that. That's legit.
You don't think Jordan the GOAT though?
I do think Jordan is the GOAT. I'm saying there's an argument for LeBron, but when he's finished, I can't have it right now. He's still playing. But I do currently believe Jordan is the GOAT. I would never say that LeBron is the GOAT right now. I may change that when he retires. But we'll get there when it may. Strongly possible, but may. Anyway, will Astrobot out platform the GOAT? Now, we've been seeing Astrobot, and I got some interesting thoughts on this, but I want to hear what my boys, my partners got to say. Keith, the floor is yours, and K-Bum, you got the floor after him. Keith, will Astrobot out platform Mario or won't it? And give your reason why you think it will or won't.
Well, the door is always open. I'll say that. I have my bias toward Mario. True. I seen another platformer today, and I was looking at it, I was like, ew, I don't want to do that. But it was straight off a platformer, so I do have my biases. But the door is open. I think Astrobot has a lot of things going for it. It's fresh. It's new. It has the backing of Sony, who is known for their stories. The gameplay looks amazing. And like I said, the door is open for them to do some new and exciting things, and they can, try to do some things that Mario just hasn't given us since the N64. If we want to just focus on the 3D Mario games. But in the case of Mario Odyssey, see what I did there? In the case of Mario Odyssey, that's a tall hill to climb. I wasn't too favorable on Mario Wonder, but when it comes to like Mario Odyssey, the Mario Galaxy, those types of games, that's a tall hill to climb for Astro. But Odyssey is the best looking Mario game that we've had so far on the Switch. Each world brought something new and unique, including the last world on the moon. It gave us those moon physics. Like I said, each world gave us something new. You can become pretty much anything in the game, changing what Mario can do. The outfits, and there was a wedding. You know what I'm saying? For the spoiler, there was a wedding. You know what I'm saying? You don't get weddings in platformers. You know what I'm saying? The peaches all in the little stuff, and then at the end of the game, nobody got the girl. That's writing right there, folks. That's some class A writing right there. But no, I think the door is open for Astrobot. I'm not gonna hate on it because it's not Mario. I think the door is open, and I'm hoping that it shoots forward to try to, as you say, take down Jordan. Go for it. That's more for me, and I hope it comes to PC.
Okay. Now, K-Bum, before you come in here, Nia wants to know, Keith, which Mario are we comparing it to, or is it Mario? We're definitely not 64. It got to be Odyssey. It got to be, to me, Galaxy, Odyssey, and above. Them two. We won't go back all the way back to Sunshine or 64.
As much as I love Galaxy, I thought Galaxy was amazing. It has to be Odyssey.
Yeah. So it's Odyssey, Nia. We comparing it to Odyssey. So, K-Bum, the floor is yours. Will Astrobot out platform the platform GOAT?
Because K-Bum loves platformers.
He's becoming a platformer. He's starting to play a lot of them.
I've been waiting for this topic all day. If you couldn't catch the sarcasm. I think so. Do what I think. I think it because this game isn't. It's inspired by Mario. That's the inspiration is there. That obviously, we talked about this in the previous conversation. But I don't know if it's directly trying to out. I think it's trying to out. I'm trying to find the word I'm looking for. Our platform seems like it's trying to fight it on Mario's turf. I don't think this game is trying to fight on Mario's turf.
Don't play too much into that. No.
Okay.
Is it going to not necessarily, because I got some points on that, so I see what you're saying. I see where your struggle is. Don't play too much. The platform is just be playing with it outperform.
Okay.
That I'm playing with the platform, it will outperform Mario. Would it rival Mario to the point that people like, man, I don't know. We may have a new platform franchise that may be doing it better than the other one. That's the question. So. Not one-to-one out platform, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna say no. I don't think it's gonna out platform Mario. I think it's going to be a game that makes people say, "Oh wow, this is a new franchise on the making," and I think that this is going to be something that's going to be here for the long run. But to out platform Mario, I don't think that's going to. That's the whole thing we get into with the whole Madden killers and Halo killers and Call of Duty killers. They never are.
mm.
They never are. They usually become their own thing. Like they've been trying to kill Fortnite since Fortnite became popular. All you hear is Fortnite killers, Fortnite killers, Fortnite killers. The Fortnite is still here. Call of Duty is still here. Halo is still in a bad shape. Halo is still here. So I don't believe that. I don't agree that there's going to be this killer that is going to make you, and not forget about Mario, but
No.
that's going to, take it to him. I think it's going to create his own path. It's
Yeah.
going to be a great
He is-
game.
He is
It's-
tripping. Yeah, Super Lucky Tails did get wrecked. But if you play Super Lucky Tails in 3D on the virtual reality,
That was cool.
you may second guess if that's not the way. And it goes with what you're saying, K-Bum. Lucky Tails wasn't really meant to be played without the virtuality. That's how it was meant to be played with the
Virtual reality.
virtual reality. So if you never experienced it that way, which means I did get the chance to experience it that way, it would be a totally different experience. But go ahead, K-Bum.
It is different. So I don't. It's not going to be because Mario is still going to be here. It's not going to be one of those things where it knocks Mario to non-existence. Like how Battlefield doesn't exist anymore, really, or some of these beat 'em up games doesn't exist anymore. Like they were beat out by better games in a similar genre. I don't think that's going to occur. So I don't believe in the Halo killer or what's been said or the Call of Duty killer. So or even the Mario killer. I think it's going to be a great game that's going to carve its own niche, and it's going to be enjoyable and people are going to love it.
Okay.
My take.
So will Astrobot out-platform Mario? I'm going to say no, and it's several reasons why. But follow me here because there are some aspects that I believe is going to put a lot of pressure on Nintendo with the Mario franchise from this game. The one reason it can't out-platform Mario is because Astrobot is not near as agile and acrobatic as Mario. So it doesn't what Mario does with his acrobatics and the flips and the bouncing, Astrobot does none of that. So from that aspect alone, no, it's not going to out-platform Mario because that level of platform really doesn't exist in Astrobot. So that's why I said don't. That's when you saying that K-Bum, I was saying don't put too much. I'm just playing on that. But Astrobot is a platform, and like K-Bum said, it is kind of carving its own path, but it's doing some things that are so new and fresh, even though it is borrowing a lot of elements from and inspiration from Nintendo titles, it's doing it in such a fresh way that I believe that it's going to stand up with Mario titles, even though it won't never surpass them. That's why I said, so anyway. What the thing I like about Astrobot that separates it in a way from Mario is one, the physics of it. There's things that it just do that you just don't get in a Mario game.
Careful. Be careful.
Or am I being careful? Am I saying something? You don't. I mean, if you think I'm false, just say that. I did not let you.
Mario has great physics.
I'm not saying Mario doesn't have great physics, but there's some aspects of the physics in this game that I feel like
are you talking about from the control?
Control and yes, I like yeah. So now, yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's some different. It's a different. It takes you to a different, what's the word? A different engagement with the game. You're being sucked in a way that you can't with other games because of the controller. That's one. Immersed, that's the word I'm looking for. You're being immersed in a way that you just really can't with any other because of the quality and the features of the controller. It just allows you to be immersed in the game in the way that Mario couldn't, because it just doesn't have that technology in this controller. When you're walking on sand, are you walking in water, are you skating on ice, you literally feel that difference in the controls, and it gives you a whole different feeling of the game. It changes it up. Also, some of the mechanics, because, like I said, Astrobot is not as agile and acrobatic as Mario, but there's things that it does with rhythm-based things that it does. And I'm kind of going off a lot of the things that happened in the demo on the PlayStation 5. But it does it so well that it pulls on a different string, and it's that I can't say I can relate it to any experience that I had in Mario. So there is a lot of aspects of Astrobot that is going to, if they enhance it and expand it, it's going to make it a really, really dope experience. Like, we haven't really had any platforms that I can say that I feel like is just as nowhere near as dope as Mario that comes from outside, company outside Nintendo. I can't name one that I'm like, man, that platform rivals Mario. There is not one. The only one I think rivals Mario is Donkey Kong. And that's a Nintendo created franchise. Now there are some good ones, but not none that I say is on the tier with Mario until Astrobot. And now this is a full-fledged game. That was just a demo. And I'm saying that from the demo. Another aspect is the boss fights in Astrobot. I'm sorry, Nintendo boss fights don't compare to no boss fights in Astrobot. It's not even close. The way to get, no, not even close, in my opinion. It's more than just jumping on the head a couple of times. Now, I will give Nintendo this. Over the years, they have made the boss fights a little bit more challenging than the tried and true 3 head smashes and the boss is done. Astrobot has a lot more going on in his boss fights. As you saw in the opening of this trailer, like, it's just different. So it's not going to out-platform Mario, but I think it's going to be the first platformer outside of Mario and outside of Nintendo that breaks into that echelon, that tier of platformer. That's what I believe.
So you didn't like? Well, I ain't gonna say you didn't like. So you didn't think the bunnies in Odyssey were that good, or the final fight with Bowser?
No, I thought the fight. No, I don't know. No, okay. Let me read. Were the bunnies as good as any? Was as creative as the fights in Astrobots? Heck no. They were fun, but no, they don't. No. Some of the fights in Astrobots, the sound effect, everything about it was just, oh my God, this is what I want them to do. I can't say the boss fights are as good as Astrobots. No. Not even King Koopa. No.
Interesting.
No, I can't. No, I mean, and again, maybe is what's that? I'm prisoner of is the latest thing I played, but
Prisoner of the moment.
prisoner of the moment. But look, I mean, just the scale, just everything is no. It adds some of maybe this is what it is. It adds some of that Ratchet and Clank type boss encounters into the game. Is a little bit more rad, or a little bit more
Attitude.
Yeah, and
Sonic.
There you go, like Sonic, and that was one thing that I felt like Sonic always had. The one thing that Sonic did have on Mario is the attitude. And Ratchet and Astrobot does have the attitude, the pulse, the energy, is like comparing a acoustic guitar to a rock guitar. It is Mario is better, but I can't say that Mario makes you feel like I don't want to. I can't. Mario is great. Mario is the greatest. But I gotta give Astrobot that kudos. That yes, it is not as what would you say with Sonic again? Attitudinal.
Attitude. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So any more thoughts on this? I'm just curious. I'm gonna say no. It's not gonna out platform Mario. Heck no, it's not. But
Well,
it's gonna jump up on that same. It's gonna get up there to that tier. Mario's still gonna be on top, but it's gonna be up there. That's what I believe.
you know me, I like to be a little optimistic, and I'm like, if it can, because, like we were talking about earlier, one of the things that you feel like is missing, and we won't get into it, is the story. And I feel like if Astrobot gives that story that people may want, it possibly could. That's just me though. But it won't be for me, but I think for other people it would be, because to me Astrobot is super linear, like the way I look at it.
Yeah,
and I'm glad you brought up Ratchet and Clank, because to me it's very reminiscent of Ratchet and Clank. It is the platformer of what Ratchet and Clank is to Ratchet and Clank shooter, if that makes sense.
Right.
That's for you, K-Bone.
But Ratchet and Clank does, like I said, that attitude that Ratchet and Clank injects into their game is appealing, and it's the thing that Sonic did, and that's the one thing Mario is yet to do, is to add that attitude. I feel like 64 was somewhat with the punching and the kicking, but the thing that none of them has ever come close to is Mr. Gymnastics himself. That's what set Mario above the rest, is his athleticism. Like that is and how smooth he can jump off walls, double jump, flip back, long jump. Like Mario mechanics is just on another tier. So I was playing around just for the sake of conversation, but Astrobot is bringing something that Mario doesn't, and that is a lot of attitude. And with the bosses, with the stages, with the look, and I think if they do it right, like you said, it could be the mascot platformer that may finally be able to stand next to Mario, maybe not eyeball to eyeball, but at least stand next to the Marios and the Donkey Kongs that are non-Nintendo created. I know they tried to do that with Little Planet. They tried to do that with what's the other game that they had? A lot of those games, Spiral,
Little Big Planet.
Little Big Planet. What's another platform from Sony and what is it? Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot, all of them tried. They tried their best. But I'm feeling, for me as a Nintendo fan, Astrobot is the first non-Nintendo created platformer that makes me feel like, my God, I wish that was on Nintendo. I'm serious. So I think I'm eager to see how good this game is going to be. I think it's going to be amazing, and I think it's going to generate the respect, garner the respect that very few platformers get that are non-Nintendo created.
Right.
And so I say that. Jack and Daxter, no. Jack and Daxter can stay where it was. That's why Ratchet and Clank still coming, because Jack just didn't do it. To me, Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank kind of played in the same lane, and I think Ratchet and Clank won out. That's what I think happened. I only played Ratchet and Clank once. Jack and Daxter once. Cherry missed the Switch 2 talk. Yeah, Cherry, man, you missed the Switch 2 talk, bro. You got to go back. Anything else on this? Anything else? K-Bum, you don't got quiet. You ain't give me your thoughts. You said no, right? You said you don't think it's going to out-platform Mario.
Yes, that's correct.
Do you think? Okay, let's do this real quick. We early. We got a little bit of time. We ain't even at an hour and 30 yet. What would it take? What would it take for a platformer to dethrone Mario?
I can tell you that.
Go ahead.
Mario games themselves will have to suck.
That's that. I didn't think you was gonna take that angle.
That's a freaking
That's
good
how
angle.
you dethrone. That's how you
Mario
dethrone.
gotta start. They gotta dethrone themselves. In other words.
Yep. They have to start. Now a game can make you question. This should be in Mario, and then if they come out with another banger, you forget. You will forget all of that.
Yeah, and that's what. Keith, but that's what makes me so anticipating of the next Mario on the next Switch, because it makes me think about, and all that stuff I'm talking about, Astrobot. Keith, do you remember the first time we saw Odyssey?
Oh yeah.
And we see Mario running. And I don't know how much of this is nostalgia or just is our greatness. But when he was in the stage where you see the bullets flying all over the place, and he swings his hat and go into the bullet, then he jumps out the bullet and lands. I'm like, oh my, what the world? Astrobot made me feel like that. I can't lie. I felt like,
it's interesting though.
Go ahead.
I'm watching Odyssey footage right now.
I want to play Odyssey. I can't play it. Nintendo would crash a whole channel.
Just turn the sound down. You might be all right. But
think I can get away with fair use?
You can probably get away with fair use and turn the sound down, and don't play it from Nintendo.
Oh, don't play it from Nintendo. Oh, Keith, okay, go ahead.
But I'm looking at it, I'm just like, man, Astrobot looks so good. Just the graphics and the 4K and stuff.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. No, keep going. That
just leaves a lot to. But at the same time, that's not the end all be all though.
Fair use, Nintendo. Fair use. Do not strike our channel because we playing your game and giving you free publicity on here. And the game is old, 7 years old to be exact. Yeah, Odyssey was a dope game, man. It was absolutely a dope game. I'm looking at it, and it looks good too. And that's why I'm saying, like, I'm gonna say this: it doesn't look as good as Astrobot, but it shouldn't look as good as Astrobot. But for what it's doing, it still looks amazing. And what Nintendo has, nobody flips, jumps, and runs. Nobody does this. I mean, K-Bone, you hit it right on the nail. They would let you have to start sucking to get dethroned. Because no one is going to be able to take these moves and not be clearly called out for being a ripoff. So it's like, how do you innovate gymnastics? Because that's what Mario is. What's the girl? He's what's the girl in
Simone Biles.
He's Biles in the Mario suit. So anyway, let me stop playing this for Nintendo. Try to crash my stuff, but the boss fights. No, see, here's the boss fight. The boss fights don't compare, Keith. I'm sorry. Nah, the boss fight.
I'm watching. They are a little bland.
That's one area that I felt like Mario 3D World stepped up. Was in the boss fight category. Them boss fights felt dope and attitudinal. When you see Cooper on the back of a dope car throwing bombs and the music playing, dun dun dun. I'm like, oh man, I lost just to. Sometimes, man, I would literally lose just to play it over again because I liked it. I mean, I could have easily beat it. I had already beat the game. I just liked that. I liked how Cooper looked. Cooper is one of the characters that I feel like Nintendo really doesn't let shine like he can. He a cool villain, but they put him in a suit with a top hat. That's dope, but I like 3D World Cooper. He was dope in 3D World. He had attitude in 3D World. It was different, and he had like when he jumped down, like he looked formidable in 3D World. He looked like a king. He looked like a boss, like a kingpin. And I feel like that's how Cooper should be. Odyssey kind of did that. I would give them that they kind of did the similar thing with Cooper. And Odyssey, they let him be really, really cool, but the top hat and the marriage kind of took me out of it. Because I don't really see Cooper. I see Cooper more like a boss, like Kingpin, something like that.
Man, we had a whole Mario movie. He's singing "Peach, you're so cool." Come on, man.
But you can't tell me that in the movie he didn't have that attitude though. Yeah, that Peach part was fun. I like the Peach part, but he still had attitude when he went up there and he burnt the whole place down. That's how Cooper's supposed to be. Not your comic relief. So I don't know, man. I think they do need to interject a little bit more attitude into Mario. Let Mario have a little bit more attitude too. Not all smiles and giggles. Let him show some grit and some attitude. And I think that because everything else is just there. And turn up the boss fights. Rethink them boss fights. Go back to what you was doing in Mario 3D World. And kind of bring that over to your to your next platform. But other than that, there ain't much they can improve with Mario. So it's dang near perfect.
This kind of sound like backtracking conversation. You keep trying to change these Nintendo games. I don't know if you ever noticed, you keep adding the same elements in each one of the games.
I want attitude. I do want some attitude.
But I'm shocked you didn't say voice acting. Or did you say voice acting?
Well, we said that. I said that earlier about the storyline and all, storytelling and all that. But I'm talking about that too. They can add some storytelling. That's what I want. But I said we'll say that to next week. We can talk about is it time for Nintendo to add a true, fleshed out, and I'm gonna use Ratchet and Clank to talk about that. Is it time for Nintendo to add a true, fleshed out storyline like they have in the RPGs? But I want it to be like the movie, like the Mario movie in the game, but give you more story. I think if they take what they did in the Mario movie and they make a game with that level of a story, man, that'd be dope to me. Let characters talk, let Peach talk, let Cooper talk. Mario doesn't have to talk if you don't want Mario to talk. Let Luigi talk. I don't know, but I think they need to add. Yeah, I think there need to be some cut scenes, almost like what they did in Sunshine. The opening was kind of dope in that. It was different. I like what they do. To me, Luigi has a better storyline than any of the Mario Luigi games. I mean, well, not any, but between those type of games, Luigi has a storyline. You still gotta read it. You still gotta hear them squabble, and you reading it. But you got characters, the ghost acting. You got them like in Luigi's Mansion on 3. Like there's a whole storyline there. So it's not that they can't do it. I don't know why they won't do it in the Mario games. It got to be more than King Koopa has kidnapped the fairies to take over this world. You got to go stop King Koopa. Okay, let's go. It got to be more than that at some point. Even if it is that, just flesh it out a little bit more. Go ahead, Kid.
I'll say this. I would rather say not every game needs a cohesive, proper story to be a good game.
I agree with that.
And this is from someone who loves story. Because I'll tell you this: Tekken hasn't had a cohesive story since Tekken 3.
Not a story that makes any sense. Yeah, I agree.
Not a story that makes any sense. Hayachi is back again.
Good. That's why I want to go buy it. Okay, tell me this: how did he come back? Do you know?
I don't know. I have no idea how he's back.
They didn't explain it.
It was a trailer in for Evo.
I seen the trailer.
But that's all I know. I don't know how he came back. I just saw the trailer for Evo.
Well, you know, and Bison back too. They didn't really explain how he came back, but he was supposed to be dead.
You don't need a compelling story or a good story. And I dare to say Mario doesn't need a compelling story either to be a good game. I don't think it's needed. I think
not to be good is already proven that it's good. So yeah, you're correct.
I think places like Call of Duty is doing too much for their story. Not say no one. Let me change that. There is not a huge audience that cares about your story. Every time I play Call of Duty, this is me personally. I'll speak for myself personally. I go straight to online and play online. I've only finished one story. I'm sorry. I've only completed one full story campaign of Call of Duty, and that was Call of Duty 4. That's it. I haven't finished a single campaign since COD 4. And so I for some game it's not needed.
I agree.
It may be icing on the cake, or maybe some sprinkles, but it's not needed. And I think Mario's one of those games. It's not needed. Ratchet, you got to have a compelling story because you make it too much like a movie. It's made like a movie.
And that's
why have a compelling story.
And that's where I'm going with this is I hear so many people talk about how amazing the stories in the RPG Mario games are. Like really, 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 really good. Like really good.
It's still kid friendly.
They kid friendly, but they good with slope jokes and
the Mario movie was kid friendly. It was the same thing.
But I have yet to hear anybody say Mario RPG stories are bad. They are good. Like out from Keith talks about them. I heard people like that's the draw. Not necessarily even the RPG elements. The storyline is the draw. So because we have so many Marios, I'm just saying, not every time, not every Mario game, but I would like to see, because I feel like Odyssey wanted to be more in the story than it was. It's clear Nintendo's like, we could tell a compelling story here if we want to. And it was there to be told in Odyssey. Am I false on that, Keith?
No.
It was like, if y'all really wanted to, there is a story here that can be told that would fit right in here with cutscenes and the whole nine. It's like, but they just let you fill in the blank, and you go on this caper and you go from different world to world to world, and whoever the company companion with you explain why you in this world and this, that, and the third, and that's it. But I'm like, dang, Nintendo with Odyssey could have easily told, and that would have been a huge difference maker for the game if they would have went on and gave it a story that was really, really well thought out, really well presented. With the stages, especially like the stage where you in almost like you in a real world, and then the stage where you in the sand. What's that stage where you in the sand and it looks almost like you in Mexico?
I don't know the name of it. I know what you're talking about.
That's one of the best stages in the game, and it's like if you had a story that was kind of explaining the backdrop of this world and what's going on here and the who's and the what's and why you but I think it would really take Mario games to a whole nother level. And you might not do that for every don't do that for the 2D Marios. Don't do that but for your big AAA 3D Mario game, I think Odyssey and on, matter of fact, I say Sunshine on, a storyline could easily been in all of those titles. Because they have it. It's just so real for real light that it's like, man, you can up the ante on that and it'll be a great story. Now, with Donkey Kong, no, they took my bananas, beat my chest, I'm going to get my bananas. You can keep that like that. But I think Mario deserves one good, well-paced, presented story. And I wonder, and with the same quality level of platforming and everything, and I wonder with a little attitude, I wonder if it can go even higher than what it currently is. But that's just me. That's wishful thinking, I guess. Because you got to keep doing it, and that's the thing. That's probably why they won't do it. Because if we do it once, we got to keep doing it, and we don't want to spend that money. So. Any other thoughts? Let me see here. I'm trying to read these comments. Nia said 3D World had great boss fights. Absolutely. I play Nintendo games live all the time. I don't know why you get struck. I don't either, but I do. I guess because we live. Let me see. Cherryman said, hopefully the Switch 2 can finally be revealed soon. I hope so too, Cherryman. Oh, man. No, she's talking to Nia. Okay, so, yeah. So any other thoughts that we can get out of here? Y'all quiet?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't have anything else. I think we covered everything.
All right, that was the show for tonight. I'm going to let these dudes sign out. Be back next week. We're going to talk about what me and Keith was talking about earlier. Well, we kind of just talked. Well, we kind of already talked about it, so I guess we can't talk about it. Anyway, go ahead and sign out. Keith, go ahead, bro.
Well, I didn't really get my full spiel on there, so we can definitely talk about it.
Okay.
Good show. Tonight, I thought the even though I don't like talking about Switch 2, I thought the Switch 2 rumors were pretty cool. I know there was some more stuff that we didn't bring out, like somebody had mentioned like a secondary screen that was similar to the Wii U.
Where they were saying that some kind of way that with the dock having a fan in it, you may be able to cast and keep your Switch in your hand, and it also casts to the. I don't think I like that idea at all. So.
I was like, that sounds like the Wii U. What are we doing?
Yeah,
but y'all didn't like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, good show. Hopefully this weekend I can get some gaming in. I've been wanting to do some of that, and probably working on some other stuff around the house too. But can't wait to be back to talk about the next topic, and I can't wait to see what happens next week to see if there's anything gamer related. You never know, Nintendo might surprise us.
Night. K-Bomb.
Yes, sir. No, man. Enjoy the podcast as usual. Enjoy chatting up. I appreciate the comment section. I know it was some Nintendo talk, but I was here for the whole conversation. I was here the whole time. I paid attention. I gave my 2 cents. So I did good, if I say so myself. But no, look excited for the next time we can meet up and have a conversation. But yeah, have fun.
All right, yeah, man, I enjoyed this conversation on tonight. Join everybody in the comment section. Shouts out to Nia. Also, shouts out to Chariot Man. Who else is in here? Also, shouts out to LT 1984. Like I said, I pray and hope that you receive and embrace my apologies if I offended you. I don't want to lose your support over something like that, but hopefully that reaches your heart. You can see, hey, it ain't what you think, but hopefully that goes that way. But either way, wish you the best. And everybody that tuned in on tonight that maybe didn't jump in the comment section, we thank you for being here as well. But yeah, be back next week, same time, same place. We're going to continue that whole conversation about storyline Mario. Keith can give his thoughts on that. And that's what it do. Thank you for tuning in. See you next week. Deuces. Peace.